Sarah pushed her bag deep under the seat in front of her, shoving it until the fabric caught on the floor frame. She squeezed into 14A, sliding across the narrow space. The middle seat remained empty, a void of silence between her and the window. Beside it, an elderly woman sat perfectly still, staring at the seat back in front of her. She did not shift, she did not blink, and she did not acknowledge the movement around her. Sarah looked toward the front of the cabin. The rows were full, yet the air felt thin, recycled, and stale. Then, the engines surged. The vibration traveled through the floorboards and up into her feet. The cabin tilted sharply, an aggressive, uneven climb that pushed her back into her seat. Sarah gripped the armrest. She squeezed until the skin pulled tight over her knuckles, turning them stark white against the dark plastic. The angle of the ascent felt wrong, too steep, as if the plane were clawing against gravity itself. Outside the window, the lights of the terminal vanished into a wall of absolute, suffocating black. The elderly woman turned her head. The motion was slow, deliberate, and entirely devoid of life. She stared at Sarah with milky, unblinking eyes. When she spoke, her voice sounded like dry paper scraping against stone. "I died in this seat 20 years ago. The plane landed, but I did not. I have been flying ever since. I tried to go home, but they built a mall over my grave." Sarah let out a sharp, jagged laugh that died in her throat as she reached into her pocket. She pulled out her phone, desperate for the tether of the modern world. The screen was dead, a black mirror of plastic and glass. She pressed the power button, but nothing happened. As she turned the device in the dim cabin light, a reflection caught the glow of the overhead panel. The date flashed on the cracked surface, clear and impossible. It read, 2004. Sarah stared at the numbers. They did not shift. They did not flicker. Her breath hitched, her lungs tightening as if the cabin air had turned to lead. The realization hit her with physical force. The world she remembered, the life she had just boarded with, was gone. Sarah lunged toward the window, pressing her face against the glass. She expected the night sky, the distant lights of a city, or the steady, reassuring blink of a wingtip lamp. There was nothing. No wing. No clouds. No horizon. Outside the frame, a swirling, infinite abyss of gray static churned like a storm trapped in a box. It moved with a rhythmic, sickening pulse. She was not cruising at 30,000 feet. She was suspended in a vertical drop that never hit the ground. Sarah pulled back, her forehead damp with cold sweat. The cabin aisle groaned. A flight attendant glided toward her. The woman did not walk. Her feet seemed to skim the carpet, her movements fluid and devoid of mechanical effort. She stopped at the row,